It is a beautiful day for baseball, and more importantly, a beautiful day to play too, as Game 2 between the Auburn Doubledays and the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is just moments away. Hello again, and welcome to another Tarp Skunks broadcast. I'm Dre Guinness alongside Jalen Ferguson as we get set for Game 2 between the Doubledays and the Tarp Skunks. And what a Game 1 it turned out to be, Jalen. Down 4-1 going into the bottom of the 7th inning, and once again scoring 4 in the bottom of the frame to walk it off 5-4.
Yeah, that's right, being able to walk it off in a game that was kind of going pretty fast, but they were able to put up the points when they really needed it and being able to take Game 1 of this doubleheader.
So we are almost set for first pitch and starting lineups. Looks like we're going to get a encore performance of the national anthem. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the time, please rise to the table. Remove your caps and sing along with us in America with the singing of the national anthem performed tonight by Rebecca George.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
And welcome back after the national anthem. Let's give you the starting lineup for the Auburn Doubledays. Batting first and leading off is Ethan Smith. Batting second, Nacho Gonzalez. Batting in the third spot is Teddy Monahan. Chase Moore will be batting fourth. Batting fifth is William Ragland. Miles Fontaine batting sixth. Jose Tavares batting seventh. Braden Michelson batting eighth. Batting ninth is Connor Rumpf. And batting 10th is Bert Maxson. And it looks like the pitcher for the Tarp Skunks is... Who is that?
It's Tate Johnson making his 7th appearance on the season, 1-3 record with an 8.14 ERA, 21 innings of work, 26 hits, 20 runs given up, 19 of those earned, 11 walks, 14 strikeouts. Hitters hitting .310 against him, but we have seen this before where a Skunks pitcher comes in, high ERA, rough record, and then turns in a lights-out performance. And after a solid 6-inning performance by Eli Bryant in Game 1, Tino Masson, by the way, picking up his 6th win of the season. Tate Johnson is set to do the very same thing here this afternoon in game number 2. Tarp Skunks' magic number to clinch a playoff spot has dropped to 5. Coming into today, it was 7, but with the Niagara Ironbacks losing to the Batavia Muck Dogs and the Skunks coming back to win game 1, that knocks 2 games off the magic number. Skunks can get it down to 4 with a win here in game 2. And imagine that momentum, both Batavia and Jamestown, their magic number to clinch a playoff spot, both would be 4 going into tomorrow night.
Well, that's just going to make that series this week mean so much more.
So we are set for baseball here, game 2 between the Doubledays and the Tarp Skunks. It'll be Ethan Smith leading it off here. Nacho Gonzalez and Teddy Monahan will follow as the first pitch is swung on and missed. And the count is 0-1. First pitch at 6:50 p.m. 80 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. As the 0-1 pitch comes in, that one just misses off the plate. 1-1.
Let's give you the defensive alignment for the Tarp Skunks. In the outfield from left to right, Eric Weeks, Moore, and Muncie. Then the infield, Jordan, Enders, Kiefer, and Smith. Behind the dish, Fetchick. And on the mound, Tate Johnson,
who works a off-speed pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Count 1-2 now. Ethan Smith was a pain in the neck for the Tarp Skunks in game 1, 2 for 4. As that one, did he go? He went for a strike 3, first strikeout of the ball game for Johnson, and the Tarp Skunks like the way this one starts with a strikeout as Nacho Gonzalez, who did not play in game number 1, comes in batting .333 on the season, 9 RBI. Left-handed hitter. Facing the right-handed Johnson, and the first pitch comes in. There's a chopper foul down the first baseline.
I think that walk-off is going to give the Tarp Skunks a lot of momentum coming into this second game here.
I think it's going to give Auburn a bit of a not wanting to roll over and die attitude as a ground ball to second. Picked up quickly by Kiefer, throw on to first, and there are 2 away.
There you go, 2 quick outs to start off the top of the first.
As Teddy Monahan stands in, dropping from the 2 to the 3 spot, went 1 for 3 in game 1, doubled and scored. And Johnson's first pitch in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Well, it was against the Auburn Doubledays last year that Christian Pensick threw his 7-inning no-hitter.
That's amazing there.
Skunks and the Doubledays tend to do pretty good battles in doubleheaders as that one's fouled off to the side.
The last doubleheader on the first game, that one going into extra innings.
Would hope that this one does not. 1-1 the count. Gonzalez waits, and the pitch is outside for a ball, 2-1. Or make that Monahan. Chase Moore on deck, and the 2-1 pitch misses low. Count goes 3-1. Umpires changing their shirts from the dark blues to the light blues for this one. Skunks wearing their all black tops and white uniform pants as that one misses outside for a ball and a 2-out walk to Monahan, brings up Chase Moore.
Yeah, the solid dark colors going up against each other. I don't know. I wonder if that's going to be hard to track if you're a fan.
I don't think so. But then again, that's me.
It's easy for us to say.
Yeah. Chase Moore stands in. 0 for 3 in game 1. First pitch misses off the plate. 1-0. Skunks in Batavia tomorrow night. They will host the Muck Dogs on Wednesday. Probably the two most important games of the year is that one misses low, 2-0.
Yeah, if there's a game that you want to see a battle, it'll be Wednesday that you just can't afford to miss.
Yeah, I mean, you really need to make your plans to be at the ballpark. This is going to be a game that you are going to want to see in person, as that one's fouled off. Right field side and out of play, and the count goes to 2-1.
Again, it's the hostility, the fire, the passion, both teams.
Oh, it's getting to a boiling point.
It is.
Snap throw over to first. Monahan back easily.
Everybody clap your hands.
2-1 the count. Runner goes, swing, and a foul back. And the count goes 2-2. It's a good idea by the Doubledays to send Monahan on the 2-1 pitch. Try to go a little hit and run, but just fouling it back now 2-2.
Again, you said back in the first, the Doubledays are not a team that steals a lot of bases.
Monahan is the team leader. Snap throw back over to first and just back.
He leads the team with only 13.
Mm-hmm. 15. 2-2, another snap throw over to first. Two outs. 2-2 the count. Monahan off first. Johnson looks in, gets the sign he likes. Kicks and throws. And there's a line drive down the left field line, foul and into the Tarp Skunks bullpen. And we'll do 2-2 all over again. Don't miss your chance to bid on game-worn pink Tarp Skunks jerseys that'll be worn Friday night against the Newark Pilots. Strikeout Cancer Night. Go to JamestownTarpSkunks.com for the bid link and place your bid or buy it now. Swing and a miss. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits. One runner left on the walk. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Auburn nothing. Tarp Skunks coming to bat.
And welcome back here to Russell E. Diethrick Park. Tarp Skunks look to start with their first at-bat. The lineup for the Tarp Skunks leading off Grant Moore at center, and left field batting second as Eric Weeks, batting third at first base is Nolan Smith. Nate Muncy in right field batting fourth. Behind the dish is Heath Fetchick batting fifth. DH Joaquin Rodriguez Costa, the DH. James Dixon batting seventh. Caleb Jordan batting eighth. Jackson Enders batting ninth, and batting 10th is Tito Kiefer. And they will face Baker on the mound. Baker comes in with an ERA of 4.94, win-loss record of 1-4.
First pitch fouled straight over our heads and out of play.
This is his sixth appearance. 31 innings pitched, 34 hits, 19 runs, 17 earned. And yeah.
0-1 pitch on the way. That one's popped up foul down the third base side. Long run, but running out of room is Moore. A little more on more action here. Grant Moore at the plate. Chase Moore at third base.
Grant coming in swinging here.
0-2, where he's most comfortable. That one just missing off the plate. 1-2. One-two pitch swinging. There's a line drive to first on the one hop, and taking it to the bag himself is Michelson. And Grant Moore is out number one.
Next up, we got kids out there, Colin Miller, Logan 46, Harry Weeks.
And the hero of game one steps in, Eric Weeks, with the all-important 2-run walk-off single back in game one. He stands in. First pitch missing for a ball, and the count goes 1-0. And with those RBIs, Eric Weeks, there's a drive into right field and an easy play for Maxim out in right, 2 out. Eric Weeks, with those 2 RBIs, is now officially the all-time RBI single season record holder with 37. Congratulations to him as he surpasses his Canisius teammate Justin Bremner for that honor. First pitch to Nolan Smith inside for a ball, 1-0.
Let's give you the defensive alignment for the Doubledays. Ethan Monahan and Maxim in the outfield. Then Moore, Rumpf, Ragland, and Michelson in the infield. Tavares behind the dish, and Baker on the mound.
That next pitch to Smith misses up, 2-0. That one drops low between the knees. 3-0 the count to Nolan Smith. Nate Muncy on deck.
You know, when Nolan Smith sees something, he's going to say it. Very vocal to the umpires.
3-0. There's a line drive into left field on his horse, and underneath it to make the catch is Smith. And the inning is over. Nothing doing for the Tarp Skunks. We go to the top of the second inning. No score from Diethrick.
And welcome back here to Russell E. Diethrick Park. Here to make his second appearance, or make his second start in this inning, it'll be Tate Johnson. He will face Ragland, Fontaine, and Tavares. And here to call it is Dre Guinness.
All right, thank you very much, Jalen. As we go to the top of the second inning, no score between the Doubledays and the Tarp Skunks. I'd like to remind you that the next time the Skunks are at home is going to be this Wednesday at Russell E. Diethrick Park as the Batavia Muck Dogs coming to town for their final regular season appearance here at Diethrick Park. And then on Friday night, Strikeout Cancer Night against the Newark Pilots, you can bid on game-worn jerseys right now by going to JamestownTarpSkunks.com, clicking the bid link, and either placing your bid or the buy it now option. As there's a line drive into the gap in right field. That is going to be a base hit, rounding first and holding after an excellent throw-in.
It really looked like Ragland wanted to stretch that out into a double. He was halfway.
But Muncie right there to rifle it back in. So one on, no outs. And that's going to bring up Miles Fontaine. First pitch to him is low for a ball. 1-0 the count. Johnson comes set, kicks and throws. There's a line drive into right field. That is going to be a base hit as well. Stopping at second is Ragland. Fontaine with a base hit, and the Doubledays runners at first and second with nobody out. And we've talked about this. Not the ideal situation.
Again, like
the PGCBL.
Again, he got 2 hits on him. He's just on strikes. Hasn't given up any free passes just yet.
So Johnson now with a little bit of trouble. First and second, square to bunt. First pitch just misses for a ball. As Tavares pulled the bat back on the bunt attempt. Jordan at third, playing even with the bag. Square to bunt. That one misses inside for a ball. And the count goes 2-0. Johnson with the long look. Kicks and throws. There's the bunt down the third base side. That is a perfect bunt. And everyone is going to be safe as Jordan let it go, hoping it would roll foul. It did not. And now the bases are loaded with nobody out for Braden Michelson.
And again, just bunting it in that perfect spot. Jordan had to come in. By the time he was able to grab in the ball, Tavares is at first.
3 consecutive base hits for the Doubledays.
Just moving station to station here.
Corners playing in. Middle infield at double play depth, and the first pitch is fouled off. 0-1 the count. Tate Johnson. It's a bit of a pickle to work out of here. Johnson comes set, kicks and throws. That one, the appeal did not go, and field umpire way out of position. Count goes 1-1. And the 1-1 foul back. 1-2 the count. Johnson not throwing overly hard here. Just trying to find his spots. He's ahead of Michelson 1-2 here. And the pitch. Just missed off the outside. 2-2. Three hits in the inning here for the Doubledays. Still nobody out. Johnson kicks and throws. There's a line drive into center field. Moore's underneath it. He will make the catch. Tagging and coming in to score is Ragland as the throw goes into third. And the Doubledays take a 1-0 lead.
They really needed that out there, but unfortunately the run does come in and score. But even though the run comes in the score, you still needed that first out.
So the sacrifice fly is good. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Connor Rumpf. Did not play in game number 1. Runners at first and second, 1 out here. Doubledays with a 1-0 lead, and that pitch taken for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1.
Once again, the Doubledays striking first.
Johnson checks the runners. Curveball. There's a chopper to third. In and out of the glove of Jordan, and everyone is going to be safe.
That's most likely going to be an E5 there, not being able to field that one cleanly.
I would agree with that assessment. Now the bases are loaded yet again with 1 out. They haven't put it on the board yet, but I would expect it to be there shortly. So Bert Maxim, the right fielder, also did not start in game 1, stands in, swings and misses at the first pitch he sees, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, towards the bottom of this lineup, put in some different players.
Swing and a miss, and the count's 0-2. Maxim coming in, hitting right at the Mendoza line, 200 on the season. Does have 5 RBIs, a double to his credit. And the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And he goes down swinging. 2 down here in the top of the second inning. We go to the top of the order now for Ethan Smith. Second strikeout for Johnson. Smith was the first strikeout victim. So here we go with 2 down, bases loaded. The first pitch in the dirt, gets away from Fetchick, but not far enough for anyone to advance.
And he blocked that one down the third base side. If anybody went, that would just be an easy tag.
And best case scenario on that one. Johnson, right-handed hitter who stands on the third base side of the pitching slab. Comes set, kicks and throws. Breaking ball on the outside corner for a called strike. And it's 1-1.
And Tate Johnson just on the left side of the slab there. Doesn't really move from side to side like we see some pitchers.
Another breaking ball misses a little too far off the plate that time. 2-1. Skunks will send up 4, 5, 6, due up in the bottom of the second. As that one misses up high, 3-0. Gonna make it 3-1. And Johnson out of wiggle room here. He's gotta have it here. Three 3-1. Catches the outside corner for a strike, 3-2. And the count goes full. Runners will be on the move on this pitch. Full count, 2 down, top of the first inning. 1 run across. And the payoff pitch, runners go. That one outside for a ball, and it is now 2-0.
Yeah, and again, being in a hole and just digging himself further in that hole does not really help a situation out.
Well, they did mark the error on Caleb Jordan on that Connor Rumpf ground ball to third as Nacho Gonzalez stands in, takes the first pitch he sees for a ball.
The thing with Tate Johnson is the fact that when he finds himself in a hole, it's hard for him to dig himself out of this.
And that one misses. 2-0.
I mean, the bases have been loaded, I want to say almost for at least 10 minutes.
Man, Fetchit going out to have a conversation with Johnson, try to settle him down a little bit.
That's good. That conversation was needed. That conversation really should have been had a few batters ago.
You know, Tarp Skunks can't afford to go down too much here. The last thing you want to do is have to fight from behind in back-to-back games on a doubleheader.
Well, then that just takes the energy out when you get to Batavia on the games that you really need.
2-0. There's a line drive into center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. One run's going to score. Rounding third, heading to the plate, and coming in to score is Rumpf. A 2-run single for Nacho Gonzalez, and it is now 4-0.
And Auburn just pouncing on the starter. Tate very quickly trying to make them go to the bullpen very quickly.
I don't think they'll go to the pen, to be honest with you. It's going to take a long time for Rita Buck to want to go to the pen here.
Yeah. You got to think about the future.
As Teddy Monahan stands in, takes the first pitch he sees for a ball. Ninth batter to the plate here in the top of the second inning. Throw over to first. Gonzalez not going anywhere. Monahan, who walked back in his first at bat. Ahead 1-0. As Johnson kicks and throws. Pitch in the dirt. And it's 2-0.
And again, now the problem is finding the strike zone now.
2-0 the count. Snap, throw over to first, and Gonzalez is back. That pitch outside, the count goes 3-0. Johnson had it in the first inning. Started to slip away here in the second. Needs to find it again. That ball right down the middle for a strike. And the count's 3-1.
It's looking like a promising start back in the first, but now having trouble finding the zone.
Swing and a foul back. Count goes full again. Gonzalez will be on the move on the pitch. 2 down here, top of the fourth. Payoff pitch coming. Here it comes. Popped up right field. Easy play for Muncie. Tracks underneath it, puts it away. And the side is retired, but not before the Doubledays put up 4 runs. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's 4-0 Auburn.
welcome back to Russell E. Diethrick Park. Baker on the mound for his second inning of work. He will face Muncie, Fetchick, and JRC, and here to call it is Dre Guinness.
All right, thank you very much. As we go to the bottom of the second inning, Doubledays opened up to a 4-0 lead here. As Nate Muncie stands in.
Jamestown Tarp Skunks, the right fielder from Kent State, Illinois, born Nate Muncie.
Muncie, who was a pinch hitter back in the 7th inning in game 1, got on board and scored. First pitch he sees is outside for a ball, 1-0. There's a fly ball out into shallow left field. Coming over and making the catch is Smith. Oh, no. He dropped the ball. Well, that's on me. I watched the ball hit his glove, thought he caught it, but popping out of his glove, an E7. As Heath Fetchick stands in. I love the Bob Marley walk-up music. I gotta say though, I think Nate Muncie is my favorite walk-up music this season.
The Top Gun.
Yeah. First pitch to Fetchick is on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 the count.
You know, I think after that walk-off, he rightfully deserves that walk-up song.
See if the Skunks can make the Doubledays pay for the errors. That one outside for a ball, 1-1. JRC is on deck. Fetchick stands in. Swing and a miss. At a pitch off the plate. Almost eye level.
I think Fetchick might have to change his approach here. It's a guy who wants to drive it, but right now he's falling behind in the count.
1-2. Foul tip. And he stays alive. Fetchick is very quiet at the plate as far as movement. Stands in there and he just lays that bat across that back shoulder until he takes his step.
That's where he gets the power from.
Also, very deceptive. He wears a bit baggier pants. So he almost looks like he's from up here. He looks like he's built like a fullback.
Yeah.
There's a little flare out in the right field. That one's trouble. That one's going to fall for a base hit. Turning the corner at second and moving into third is Muncie. The throw is in time, and they got him.
Muncie thought that he could stretch that into runners at the corners. Throw was in time, and they got him.
Maxim with an incredible throw on one hop. And that will suck the wind out of the sails here a little bit. It's now 1 out, JRC at the plate, as they're having to reseat the third base bag. Give a lot of credit to JRC for the 3 Doors Down. Great band. Lead singer just passed away a month or so ago. The first pitch to JRC is taken for a ball, 1-0. Joaquin Rodriguez Costa, who has seen his average shoot up over 300. Now 316 after the pinch hit single in game 1. Stands and waits. Pitches up high for a ball, 2-0, and it looked almost like Tavares wanted to snap it over to first base, but would have hit JRC right in the side of the head.
It almost looked like he was going to punch JRC in the face.
As the pitch is a high drive, right field deep, way back there, and it is gone! Joaquin Rodriguez Costa goes 400 feet over the blue mini in right field for his first home run of the season. It is now 4-2.
And you know, that is, I don't know how deep home runs have been, but that has to be one of the deepest home runs we have seen. That one over the trees out there in right field.
That one definitely a shot. And if you're scoring at home, that one went over the H in the hometown sign out in right field, about halfway up that farthest left tree. It's 342 to the corner, so I think 400 is easy. As James Dixon stands in, first pitch he sees is taken for a strike. 0-1.
That one over the trees, too. I wish we can get some measurements to see if that was the furthest has ever been hit.
No, JRC actually had one that went farther last year.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, it was the strikeout cancer game. He got a hold of one that went over the trees, over the SE and the Casella sign in right. And when I say over the trees, I mean over the trees. So that one comes inside and misses. 2-1 to Dixon. And to get it up there, you've got to poke it at least 410, 415.
Again, JRC shows in batting practice that power.
Ooh, delayed call on that pitch. That one looked like it was on the inside part of the plate, but caught the corner. 2-2 to Dixon. Two pitch misses out. 3-2 now. So Dixon with the full count waits. Payoff pitch is floated into right field, hooking foul and just out of play. As 3 Doubledays gave chase.
All 3 of them hit the wall out there.
That ball bouncing in play, but at the bottom of the fence. So we'll do the payoff pitch all over again. Dixon waits. And had to wait for a second to avoid the awkward delay call, but no, ball 4. And Dixon will be aboard with a 1-out walk for Caleb Jordan.
And that was good, being able to wait on that. Now he gets himself on base. We could see Dixon on the move here.
Jordan stands in with 1 out here. As the first pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. Dixon only has 1 stolen base on the season, which is surprising considering the Skunks lead the league in stolen bases. That one, a fastball misses on the inside corner, 2-0.
I think Dixon's, his only steal was back in the second game of the season.
If that's the case, that's good memory right there. 2-0 pitch misses. Snapback throw into right field, but does not get far enough away for Dixon to advance. Count goes to 3-0. to the Tarp Skunks third baseman. Jackson Enders on deck.
I think I'm remembering Dixon steal back in the Olean game because they were just stealing left and right in that.
3-0 pitch. Caught the extreme upper right-hand part of the corner of the strike zone. 3-1. And the 3-1 comes in low, and another walk puts runners at first and second with one out, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Jackson Enders.
And ever since the home run issued, Baker has been struggling to hit the zone afterwards.
It's almost like he doesn't want to come in the strike zone.
It's almost like he's worried if he could hit a home run. I wonder what everybody else could do.
Jackson Enders stands in, 196 hitter on the season. First pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. Hasn't seen a lot of action. Ten for 51 on the season. Swinging and a miss, and it's 0-2.
Jackson Enders is best known for his defensive ability, not really offensively.
He can hit the ball. I think he just needs some more consistent at-bats. As he watches that one cross over the outside corner for a called strike 3, 2 down here. And that's going to bring up Tito Kiefer.
And the thing with Jackson Enders is that he gets under the ball too many times. Just popping it up, not really making solid contact.
First pitch to Kiefer misses. Counts 0-1. Kiefer coming into the game, 328. He's 0 for 2 in game 1. That one fouled off. And it's 1-1. See if Kiefer can put one in play here. Get the Tarp Skunks closer. 1-1 pitch outside for a ball, 2-1. Kiefer, the 7th hitter to the plate this inning. Two one, way off the plate, 3-1. Tavares on that one looking toward first base, but Michelson nowhere near. Attempt for a snapback pickoff over to first.
Could possibly see a double steal here.
3-1. There's a foul back. And the count goes full, 3-2. Payoff pitch coming up. Runners will be moving.
There will be runners going anyway.
Both center and right field shading in. Monahan and Maxim not showing a lot of respect to Kiefer as runners go. That one down for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Top of the lineup for Grant Moore. And now there's going to be a discussion at the mound. Baker has definitely struggled this inning.
Ever since that home run, he's been having a hard time trying to find a groove, a good rhythm here.
Well, started off with an error in left field. Fetchick with a base hit that Muncie got thrown out going to third on. JRC with a 2-run home run, Dixon with a walk, Jordan with a walk, Enders with a strikeout looking, and now Kiefer with a walk to load the bases for the Tarp Skunks. Forest full of skunks for Grant Moore. Someone firing up the Harley. Love the sounds of summer.
Definitely peeked in on this ball game.
Moore waits. Baker's first pitch. It's called a strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
This umpire has been a little bit more delayed in this game.
Moore waits. Takes the next pitch inside. 1-1. Grounded out to first, unassisted his first time up. Now Maxim playing him straight up in right field. Moore in center, still playing shallow. As a check swing. Oh, you've got to be kidding me on that one. Home plate umpire said he went around. From up here, you could see it didn't even come close to being halfway across the plate.
Yeah, the knob of the bat didn't even cross. I'm not too sure about that one.
Well, 1-2. This is where Moore excels. That pitch misses outside, 2-2. When he's got 2 strikes on him. Baker comes set. The 2-2 misses low, 3-2. And Grant Moore has worked himself into a full count with the bases loaded. So everyone will be running. 2 out. Payoff pitch coming. Moore waits. Baker kicks and throws. There's a line drive down the right field line. That is a fair ball. 1 run will score. 2-run score. Being held at third is Kiefer as Moore rolls into second with a 2-run double, and we are tied at 4.
Just like that, being able to answer back, both teams putting up 4 here in the second frame.
And with that, that's going to bring up Eric Weeks, the new Tarp Skunks all-time franchise leader, single-season RBIs with 37. Actually, hold on a second. We 1 behind. I jumped the gun. He is 1 behind. He needs 38. He has 37. So the record is sitting for him on second base right now. As the first pitch comes in, takes that for a strike. Jump the gun there. Ooh, that one on the outside corner, just barely off the black. 0-2 the count. Doubledays sent 10 in the top of the inning. Skunks have sent 9 here in this inning as that one hit out of play on the right-hand side. So Justin Bremner still the record holder for now. 0-2 pitch, misses off the plate, 1-2. So that's what happens when I get my notes crossed up.
Well, he has an opportunity to tie it here.
You know? 1-2. Called strike 3. And the inning is over, but the Tarp Skunks answer back with 4 of their own. We go to the top of the third inning. It's tied at 4.
And welcome back here to Russell E. Diethrick Park. Tate Johnson here to start his third inning of work. He will face Chase Moore, William Ragland, and Miles Fontaine. Here to call it is Dre Guinness.
All right, thank you very much. As Tate Johnson on the mound, starting his third inning of work, facing Grant Moore, who struck out his first time up. First pitch. Went around for a called strike. 0-1 the count.
Now that one, he clearly went around, almost finishing his swing.
0-1 pitch, taken for a strike on the inside corner. Nice fastball. Nice location. 0-2 by Johnson.
I believe that second inning woke him up a little bit.
Oh, that one almost in the same spot, but just missed somewhere. 1-2. 3 straight hits for the Doubledays in the top of the second inning. Swing and a miss. And there's one away. And 3 straight hits set the table for 4 runs to come across in the top of the second. But the JRC home run and the Grant Moore 2-run double evens things up. That's where we stand at 4 apiece, top of the third inning. 1 out here. And that's going to bring up William Ragland, the second baseman. He had one of those base hits. First pitch up high. Misses for a ball, 1-0. Right-handed hitter. Facing the right-handed Johnson. Curveball finds the zone at the knees. And Ragland not liking that one. 1-1.
Tate Johnson, he knows how to have a good start to an inning. It's the finishing is what he's having trouble with.
That one offered at a pitch in the dirt. And the home plate umpire said he went around quickly. 1-2 now. And a quick 1-2-3 inning is exactly what Johnson needs here. Another breaking ball. That one's hit out to center field. Moore giving chase, but it's going to drop in front of him for a base hit.
I thought that one was going to hang up there just a little bit longer for Grant Moore to make a diving catch, but it dropped right in front of his face.
For Ragland, that's his second base hit. And with 1 on, 1 out, that's going to bring up Miles Fontaine. He singled his first time up.
Ragland showing to be a problem here in the second game.
First pitch. It's taken for a strike. Count goes 0-1 to the Doubledays extra hitter. Jose Tavares on deck. And next pitch misses for a ball, 1-1.
That one just missed. Heath Fetchick being able to frame it, but did not get the call.
And the 1-1 just off the plate, 2-1. We'd like to extend a very special welcome in to all the Auburn Doubledays fans watching us here on the Tarp Skunks YouTube channel. Glad to have you here with us on a beautiful day for baseball. Tate Johnson with the 2-1 pitch on the way. There's a chopper toward third, foul. And the count goes 2-2. Tarp Skunks' magic number to clinch a playoff spot down to 5 is that one. Oh, just missed. And the count goes full, 3-2. It's a pretty good breaking ball that just broke off the outside edge. Johnson's going to have to dig deep here. 3-2, runner goes. Pitch taken outside for a ball. No throw down to second as it doesn't make any sense. And runners at first and second with one out. That's going to bring up Jose Tavares. And a very similar feeling to the bottom of the second inning. And there's going to be a little conference at the mound to try to settle down Johnson.
Well, again, that's the second straight inning that he finds himself in a situation with one out and two on.
And unlike game number one, where they let Eli Bryant go as long as he could, there is action in the Tarp Skunks bullpen. It looks like a left-hander. Could either be Joe Man Santos or Jack Santee.
I think it might be Santee.
It's difficult to see. Whoever it is right behind the pitching stanchion, so I can't really get a good look at him. That lighting stanchion just past the infield grass down the third base line.
It might be Santee, because they might try to save Santos for tomorrow.
As that conference at the mound seemed to also be to try to fix Johnson's mechanics. Joe Riedebach showing release point information. So Tavares stands in. First pitch. Ground ball to third past the diving Jordan into left field. That is a base hit. Runner comes in to score from second base as the throw is not in time, and it's now 5-4.
Well, that one, there really isn't much you can do about that. He lined it into a perfect spot, driving in a run. There really isn't much you can do.
And runners stay at first and second.
It's almost like doing the entire play all over again.
Yeah. So Braden Michelson sacrificed back in the second inning, got himself an RBI. First pitch taken for a strike. 0-1 the count. Doubledays with a 5-4 lead. Top of the third inning, one away here. Runners at first and second. Johnson in a bit of trouble here. Kicks and throws, and the next pitch is flown to center field. Moore tracking under it easily. Makes the catch. The bluff on the tag and does not go as the throw comes into third, and it's a good one. And now two down here for Connor Rumpf.
Definitely made Grant Moore bring it back into the infield very quickly.
Rumpf reached on an error by the third baseman, Jordan. He eventually came around to score. First pitch. This is low for a ball, 1-0. A little off-speed action. Just dropped below the knees. It's 1-0. Burt Maxim on deck. 1-0 pitch, also in the dirt. And it's 2-0. Burt Maxim. There's a name that sounds like it belongs on the Cincinnati Reds for some reason.
Burt Maxim. It reminds me of Joey Burt.
Joey Bart?
Or Joey Bart.
Is that one taken on the outside corner for a strike, 2-1. Where is Bart now? I heard I think he's either on the Giants or the Pirates. No, he's not. Well, the Giants traded him to the Pirates, and then the Pirates released him. I saw he got picked up somewhere, maybe Atlanta? Fouled off to the right.
It was Atlanta. Because when he came back, when he came to Atlanta, he hit a home run.
Two and two down here. Top of the third inning, Johnson trying to get out of a bit of a jam here. As there's a chopper toward third. Jordan has it in the glove, throw to first in time. And the side is retired, but a run comes in on 2 hits and 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, 5-4 Auburn.
And welcome back here to Russell E. Diethrick Park. Baker here on the mound for his 3rd inning of work. He will face Nolan Smith, Nate Muncy, and Heath Fetchick. And here to call it is Dre Guinness.
All right, thank you very much. 5-4 Doubledays have the lead as we go into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Nolan Smith will lead it off, the only Tarp Skunk that did not come to the plate back in the bottom of the 2nd. And we're a little bit ahead of ourselves as the catcher Tavares had to finish putting on his gear. Take this opportunity to remind you to go to JamestownTarpSkunks.com to view and bid on game-worn jerseys that will be worn on Friday night against the Newark Pilots Strikeout Cancer night here at the park. All proceeds go to help fight cancer. You can either place a bid or buy it now. Just go to JamestownTarpSkunks.com as the first pitch down low for a ball. 1-0, and now we're going to get a conversation by the home plate umpire. Not sure. Maybe he's practicing for a side gig working DoorDash because he's delivering the ball right to the pitcher Baker. No tip, I noticed.
I like that. That was actually pretty good.
DoorDash now owes me $500 for the free plug. 1-0 the count. Smith flew out to left his first time. There's a ground ball up the middle. That is a base hit. No screwing around here for Nolan Smith. Drives the first pitch he sees. And there's that Top Gun anthem as Nate Muncy steps to the plate. You know, you just can't go wrong with Hans Zimmer.
You can't.
Inception, Pirates of the Caribbean, Top Gun, first pitch, outside for a ball.
Yeah, he did that one too.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure there's a track somewhere it's outside for a ball, 1-0. It's in the deep cuts.
That's the album name.
Yeah, he only plays it when he plays in Oslo. There's a foul back behind the plate. 1-1. Muncy reached on an error and was thrown out trying to go first and third on a base hit. There's a line drive out into the gap in left center field. Going under it is Smith, and he puts it away for out number one. That one looked like that could be a little bit of trouble, but it hung up there just a little too long.
Yeah, he made solid contact on it, but like I said, hung up there too long. The wind kind of carried it.
That'll bring up Heath Fetchick, Tarp Skunks catcher. Started everything off with a base hit, scored on the JRC home run. And the first pitch comes in. There's a line drive out to center field. That one's going to hang up there. And Monahan with the catch. And quickly, there are 2 outs.
Now that one, again, fly balls are being carried right now.
As JRC stands in 1 for 1 with a home run. We'll see how Baker's approach is to him, as there's a ground ball chopper foul down the first base side. It's 0-1.
Yeah, JRC was the first nail that really kind of threw off Baker after his 2-run home run.
Fastball finds the zone, 0-2, and JRC finds himself behind here. James Dixon on deck. He would hit next if JRC can extend the inning. 0-2. Outside. 1-2. Baker comes set. Smith takes his lead off first. The pitch. That comes in and hits. Joaquin Rodriguez Costa, he will take his base. And now first and second with 2 outs for James Dixon.
And JRC has no protection when he's up there. No elbow guard, no shin guard. He just took that on the leg.
I don't think he's sweating it none too much. As Dixon stands in, walked his first time up. There's a foul off. Behind the backstop. 0-1 the count. In case you missed it, 2 former Tarp Skunks drafted in the MLB draft today. Ian Korn, who pitched for the Tarp Skunks in 2022, drafted by my San Francisco Giants, as there's a swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. And Ryan Biltka played here in 2023, drafted by the Cleveland Guardians. So Tarp Skunks fans who remember him, maybe in a couple years might be able to drive out to Progressive Field and see him throw an inning or two. As the next pitch is called, strike 3 on the outside corner. Dixon couldn't believe it, but he is rung up. No runs, a hit, 2 runners left. We go to the top of the 4th inning. It is 5-4 Auburn.
And welcome back here to Russell E. Diethrick Park. But the Auburn Doubledays up 5-4 here. New pitcher for the Tarp Skunks is Joe Man Santos. He will face Maxim and then the top of the lineup, Smith and Gonzalez. Here to give the splits on Joe Santos, it is Dre Guinness.
All right, thank you very much for Joe Man Santos. He comes in his 13th appearance with a 3-0 record, 2.45 ERA, 22 innings pitched, 22 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 11 walks, 19 strikeouts. And that is good enough for him to get himself an all-star nod, as he will face Bert Maxim to kick off the top of the 4th inning here. 5-4 Doubledays with the lead. Tarp Skunks came back and won game 1 5-4 after scoring 4 in the bottom of the 7th inning. First pitch comes inside, misses for a ball, 1-0 as Maxim squared a bunt, pulled it back.
Now this game now has kind of reversed.
Squares to bunt, bunts that one foul down the first baseline.
Kind of the reverse. Auburn now up 5-4 here in the top of the 4th.
Count even at 1 apiece. Joe Man Santos, another one of the good guys in the locker room. There's a ground ball right back to Santos. Return to sender, flip to first. And there is one away.
That'll wake you up. That was a line drive back up the middle.
I've heard that flash of adrenaline that pitchers get when balls are batted back to them like that is that surge of adrenaline when you get pulled over by the cops.
Well, I was young, so I wouldn't remember.
First pitch to Smith. Low for a ball, 1-0.
But that surge of adrenaline when the ball is hit back up the middle like that, oh yes.
1-0 count. Fastball taken for a strike, 1-1.
Remember back in high school, we were going up against our toughest team in the division. Hit one right up the middle. I felt the zip. I heard it just go past me.
1-1 just off the plate, 2-1.
But they were hitting line drives back up the middle. That's the difference there.
There's a fly ball out to right field. Muncie giving chase, but it lands on the bullpen pitching mound. And a long foul with nothing to show for it. 2-2. Fielders playing straight up. Enders shading a little closer to the third base bag as that one comes in and hits. Smith right in the back. And with 1 out, that is going to bring up Nacho Gonzalez.
With 2 strikes and you hit them, it really just does disrupt all the work that you had.
Well, it's about having that short-term memory, hitting reset, clearing the memory, and going right back to work now. As Gonzalez, lefty on lefty, hits a ground ball to second. That's going to be too slow for 2. Throwing to first by Kiefer in time, and there are 2 away. Advancing to second is Smith. That was just a slow roller that Kiefer had really nothing that he could do with other than go to first. So with 2 outs, that's going to bring up Teddy Monahan. He's walked and flown out to right. Left-hander Santos kicks and throws. First pitch in the dirt. Runner's going to go as Fetchick lost his grip on the baseball. No throw. As Smith will advance on the pass ball.
Now it's going to be important on how he blocks it. Can't afford anything past Fetchick with a runner 90 feet away.
That next pitch on the inside corner called a strike. Monahan not too thrilled with that call, and he might have had a case.
Could have. Well, The fact that he was talking to the umpire shows it.
They will agree to disagree. 1-1 pitch. On the outside corner this time, taken for a strike. 1-2, and that one, I don't think there's much argument that that one was a strike, although Monahan doing his best audition for Best Supporting Actor award. Called strike 3, curveball on the outside corner. Monahan going to discuss the issue. It might not be wise, but that is going to do it. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Doubledays still lead by a score of 5-4.
Welcome back here at Russell E. Diethrick Park. Baker here to start his 4th inning of work. He's going to face Caleb Jordan, Jackson Enders, and Tito Kiefer. Hitter call it, and back on the mic is Dre Guinness.
All righty, Jalen, thank you very much. And in case you haven't been paying attention, Friday night against the Newark Pilots, Strikeout Cancer Night. Go to JamestownTarpSkunks.com for the link to view the jerseys and place your bids. You can either place a bid, or if you really want it, click on the Buy It Now link. All proceeds go to charity to fight cancer here in the Jamestown and Chautauqua area. As the first pitch taken for a strike by Caleb Jordan. 0-1 the count. I'm not bidding on one this year.
I'm going to try to bid one.
Swing and a miss. That's 0-2. I got mine last year.
I don't know if I have the funds to bid on one.
Yeah, that's what's keeping me from doing it.
I could probably bid 50, but after that,
Well, I'm sure you could find one. There's a line drive fouled on the left field line. Count stays at 0-2. Last year, I got a no player one.
no player.
Yeah.
Is that one better?
I mean, I'm the kind of person that there's a ground ball up the middle. That is a base hit for Caleb Jordan. And a leadoff single is going to bring up the shortstop, Jackson Enders. I'm the kind of person that if I'm going to wear a jersey, I'm going to wear my own custom number, which is 54. Either 54 or a variation of it. So 27, 9, something like that. Last year I got 46. So it's a jersey I'll never wear. I'll probably hang it up in my studio. Frame it, hang it up. First pitch to Enders, misses outside for a ball, 1-0.
For a number for me, I have 3 options.
Okay.
I have 2, 29, or 15.
Runner goes, pitch taken outside for a ball, no throw down to second. Caleb Jordan picks up a stolen base.
That is a perfect jump. He had the best jump at first. Going before the pitcher even lifted his leg up.
So now 2-0, he's going to do it again. Pitch taken down for a ball, and Jordan just walks into third.
Caleb Jordan maybe he's seeing something out of Baker, his mechanics, because those two jumps were just absolutely perfect.
The 3-0 outside, and Enders draws a walk. Runners at the corners with nobody out.
Jamestown Tarp Skunks, the second baseman, number 1, Tito Kiefer.
As Tito Kiefer stands in. Oh for 1 tonight. First pitch is a ground ball to second. That could be 2 to second for 1. On to first, a double play. And on one pitch, the Doubledays get out of the jam. No runs, a couple of hits, 2 runners left. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Oh, wait a minute. No, wait, what's...
That's only 2 outs there.
That is 2 outs. I jumped the gun. What the heck?
Because Caleb Jordan let it off, so the run scores.
All right. They had me fooled.
I was going to say, I'm like, where did that 3rd out come from?
I don't know. I'm going to go submit myself for ritual flogging. I'll be back later. 5-5. Oh, there goes my perfect game. First pitch to Grant Moore, taken low for a ball.
I think that there goes everybody's perfect game there.
Waiter, check, please. There's a fly in my broadcast. That one's on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1.
I wonder where that black cat went.
I don't know. You know what threw me off is there was already a 1 in the outs column on the scoreboard.
I think that's what threw everybody off.
I think so, too, because when the ball was hit, my eyes went from the ball to the shortstop to the bag at second, looking at the outs column on the scoreboard, seeing that 1, and then calling the 1 at first. So that one misses. That's 2-2.
Well, I was surprised because Caleb Jordan let it off and scored. So it would have been, and he scored, so it would have been 2.
That one called strike 3 to Grant Moore, and now the inning is over, but the Skunks tie it up. And we go to the top of the 5th inning, tied at 5.
Welcome back here to Russell E. Diethrick Park. Joe Santos here to start his 2nd inning of work. He will face Chase Moore, William Ragland, and Miles Fontaine. And here to call it is Dre Guinness.
Are you sure?
Am I sure?
I don't know.
Now fighting for the Auburn Doubledays, another baseman, number 30.
Moore, Ragland, and Fontaine due up for the Auburn Doubledays in a 5-5 tie as Joe Santos back on the mound. As we are running ever so close to the season finale next Saturday. Christmas in July as the Geneva Red Wings come into town.
But the season finale is next Saturday?
Next Saturday.
Oh, man.
Playoffs start Monday. First pitch from Joe Man Santos on the outside corner for a strike 0-1. And the question at this point is, who's going to be playing who? As it stands right now, it would be Batavia, the 1 seed, taking on Auburn, or taking on Elmira as the 4 seed. And Jamestown and Auburn would be in a rematch in the 2-3 as that one misses for a ball, 1-1.
I would say that would be a really good matchup for Jamestown. But like I keep saying, no matter what path you go down, it's going to end with Batavia.
1-1, swing and a miss. And the count goes 1-2. And of course, the Tarp Skunks, they can figure out a way to beat Batavia. That puts them in the driver's seat. They've got to figure out a way to beat Auburn here in game 2 as that one's fouled. Let's not look past the Doubledays, who there's a reason they've got 18 wins in 29 ball games.
There's a reason, but again, these two teams haven't really faced each other that many times.
No.
This is the one, apart from Elmira as well.
That pitch misses outside, 2-2. I mean, the way the league is spread out now, I condone going back to a 3-division format, West, Central, and East. You know, let the Western teams feast on each other. You play the occasional Central team. Swing and a miss. And down on strikes goes Moore for the first out of the inning.
Yep, you gotta love that strikeout there.
As that's going to bring up William Ragland. 2 for 2 on the day, a couple of singles back in the second and the third inning. He scored twice.
And Chase Moore was awarded his 3rd strikeout of the game.
First pitch misses outside for a ball, 1-0.
What do you call that? The golden sombrero?
No, that's the hat trick. Oh, he does have the hat trick. Ooh. How did I miss that?
I've been missing these left and right as well.
1-0 pitch taken at the knees for a strike, 1-1.
At this point of the day, I just want to throw out my notes and just call the ball game.
Do it. You did a fantastic job in game 1. No one's judging you here.
That is true.
1-1 pitch misses low. Count goes 2-1. I mean, I'm judging myself. I'm going to go home and I don't know.
Take an ice bath and cry.
Well, I'm not that depressed. 2-1 pitch fouled off, 2-2.
But there will be crying involved.
There will be a lot of cursing when I go back and edit out the 4th inning for the radio station.
In your defense, the whole squad just went into the dugout like it was out number 3.
So there's a ground ball to third, off the glove of Jordan, throwing to first, not in time. As that one little bobble was enough for Ragland to make it to first. The question is, are they going to tag Jordan with an error? And they are. I think.
No, they gave him the hit there.
Did they?
Well, that's the 7th hit for Auburn.
Yeah. I try to pull up the line score just to see what I have on there, but I'll give it to. I'll give them the hit. If they gave him the hit, who am I to argue?
And Ragland has now a hat trick of singles.
As Miles Fontaine stands in, the first pitch he took was a ball, snap throw over to first. And Ragland back in. Fontaine also been a bit of a pest on the base paths in this one, a single and a walk. There's a ground ball up the middle. That is going to be a base hit past the diving Enders. And this is kind of a recurring pattern with this part of the lineup now. Second hit for Fontaine. Third time he's been on base. And that's going to bring up Jose Taveras, who, surprise, surprise, 2 for 2 with a couple of singles and a run scored and an RBI.
Like almost kind of just mimics Miles Fontaine there. It's this part of the lineup that's been giving the Tarp Skunks trouble.
This part of the lineup is a cheat code. First pitch, swing and a miss.
We're Ragland with 3 singles. Fontaine with 2 singles. Tavares with 2 singles.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff you see in a box score on MLB The Show. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. Swinging, there's a ground ball too short. That could be 2. No, instead go the long way to first for the second out.
No, Enders had to come in on that. It couldn't get 2. Alan Healy can only get 1 there.
You know, I think the fact that Ragland had to jump over the ball might have kind of screwed up his concentration a little bit and took his eye off the ball for just a second, long enough for him to have to abandon the throw to second and go across the diamond. So 2 on now, 2 out. There's a fly ball left field. Going back on it, though, is Weeks. He circles under it and makes the catch. And the side is retired. No runs on a couple of hits. 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. We're still tied at 5.
And welcome back here to Russell E. Diethrick Park. Baker here to start his 5th appearance here in the game. He will face Weeks, Smith, and Muncie. Here to call it is Dre Guinness.
All right, thank you very much. Only 5 more Tarp Skunks home games left in the regular season. You're not going to want to miss any of them. Starting with the Batavia Mug Dogs coming into town for their final regular season appearance. That is going to be this Wednesday, July 15th, 6:30 p.m. for the first pitch. Strikeout Cancer game against the Newark Pilots. That's going to be Friday, 6:30 p.m. there as well. Again, JamestownTarpSkunks.com for information on how to bid and or buy it now. If you see a jersey that you like, don't sleep on it. You're going to want to pick it up. The Geneva Red Wings make their first of 2 trips into Diethrick Park on the 19th. That is a Sunday 4 p.m. game. It's United Way night presented by the United Way. Our final $2 night of the season on the 21st, Tuesday night, as the Niagara Ironbacks come into town. $2 beer, $2 tickets, $2 beer, $2 hot dog, $2 beer, $2 sodas, $2 beer. Oh, and by the way, $2 beer. And then the Geneva Red Wings on Christmas in July, the final regular season game, post-game fireworks. You are not going to want to miss that, as the first pitch to Eric Weeks is outside for a ball, 1-0.
And also $2 beer.
And $2 beer, yes. I didn't do that one at all last year. I did that one ad nauseum in 2024.
2024.
Yeah, that was the year that I just, I let everything out. Weeks takes a strike on the outside corner. Count goes 1-1. Or make it 1-2. Yeah, 2024, that was just with the I'm just happy to be here year. There's a line drive up the middle. That is a base hit for Eric Weeks.
Well, there you go. That is something to get a Tarp Skunk started.
You like that leadoff single. That is the third consecutive leadoff single to start an inning. And that's going to bring up Nolan Smith, 1 for 2 on the day. Flew out and singled his last time up. Left-handed hitter. And Baker steps off.
You say the 2024 was the glad to be here.
Yeah, that was the glad to be here year. Runner goes, pitch taken for a ball, throw down to second is not in time.
There you go, Eric Weeks trying to catch up to Grant Moore.
Yep. No, that was taken for a strike. So 0-1 the count. That would be. Hold on, I actually better check the numbers before I try to do it off of memory. We'll do it after this pitch here. 0-1, Weeks off second. Smith waits and the pitch. That's ball. You could hear it all the way up here as soon as the ball hit the glove. Home plate umpires just ball. For Weeks, that's stolen base number 19. That puts him 2 behind Moore, 6 behind the record. There's a line drive to second right at Ragland, who didn't even need to move. Weeks able to get back to the bag in time and quickly 1 out.
Made solid contact there, but just straight to Ragland at second.
Number 44, Nate Muncy.
As Nate Muncy stands in, he's flown out and reached on an error by the left fielder. Runner goes, throw down to third, not in time as the first pitch to Muncy is taken for a strike. 0-1 the count. Stolen base number 20 for Weeks. Yeah, we got ourselves a competition going for the stolen base title. 0-1. A fastball that just missed off the outside. 1-1. 1 on, 1 out. 1-1 the count. Bottom of the 5th inning. Tarp Skunks trying to take the lead here. Infield playing in. Ground ball past the diving Ragland at second into center field. That is a base hit. Coming in to score is Nolan Smith, and the Tarp Skunks take a 6-5 lead. Or make that Weeks coming in to score.
And there you go. Finally being able to take a lead. The first time the Tarp Skunks were able to take the lead today.
Other than the bottom of the 7th inning to walk it off, you're absolutely right. Heath Fetchick stands in. First pitch to him is fouled back. And the count goes 0-1. For Fetchick on the day, he has singled, flown out to center, so 1 for 2. There's a fly ball out to right field, easily. Underneath it is Maxim for the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Joaquin Rodriguez Costa. Already had the big blast back in the 2nd inning. Was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. And now with 1 on, 2 outs. Baker, who's been laboring a little bit this inning. First pitch taken for a strike. Count goes 0-1.
Joaquin Rodriguez Costa really has Baker shook after the home run.
Next pitch is up in the zone. 1-1. Baker's gone 91 pitches so far. Runner goes, pitch taken outside, throw down to second is not in time.
And everybody, well, all the Doubledays thought that was out number 3. He was able to slide in safely.
And that was close. But Muncie getting himself to second now. 2-1 to JRC. Swinging, there's a line drive into the gap in right center field. That is going to go for extra bases and all the way to the wall. Muncie will score. Rodriguez Costa stands at second base with a stand-up RBI double, and the Tarp Skunks now lead 7-5.
And just like that, the Tarp Skunks being able to fight back into this game, regain the lead here in the later frames here.
And you want to talk about probably the most improved hitter on this team from the beginning of the season to now. JRC definitely belongs in that conversation. As James Dixon stands in. Foul, first pitch off to the right and out of play. That's 0-1. There are 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 runs across for the Tarp Skunks. Baker kicks and throws. That one off the plates on the outside, 1-1. Still no activity in the Doubledays bullpen, so they're going to ride Baker's arm as long as he can go. Which you have to admire, but then again, you also have to be cognizant of the fact that you don't want to blow his arm out. 1-1 pitch taken at the knees for a strike. 1-2 the count.
It's almost it's kind of shades of the first game. You know, their starter went the whole game and then blew the lead. This starter here in game 2 giving up the lead.
As the 1-2 pitch just misses on the outside, 2-2. Well, it kind of reminds me of yesterday. In Batavia, the Elmira starting pitcher had thrown over 100, I think 116 pitches, went out for his warm-up tosses in the 7th, and strained his wrist, had to come out of the game. So that one's fouled back. Haven't heard whether it is a full injury or it might have just been a twinge, but, you know, especially with these kids and their careers ahead of them, you know, you have to, you're being entrusted with their arms. You have to take care of them.
You got to take care of them because injuries, especially when you're trying to make it to the league.
That one's foul down the right field line into the Doubledays bullpen. We'll do 2-2 all over again.
Especially when you're trying to make it into the league, injuries could make or break careers, especially this early on.
Oh, not even just the league either. You know, if you want to think about it, if you're in the transfer portal and something happens and you get hurt, that's game over. That one's fouled back. Stays 2-2. Two and two, 2 outs. The pitch, swing and a miss. And the Doubledays get out of the inning, but not before the Tarp Skunks put 2 across. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, we go to the top of the 6th inning. Tarp Skunks now lead 7-5.
Sunday morning, it's time to Tim Hortons. Whether you need a fresh cup of coffee or delivery work, bring one of David's breakfast sandwiches.
And welcome back here to Russell E. Diethrick Park. Tarp Skunks regain the lead back in the bottom of the 5th. As we go to the top of the 6th, it'll be Michelson, Rumpf, and then Maxon going up against Joe Santos. Here to call it is Drake Ennis.
All right, thank you very much, Jalen. Joe Man Santos back to start his 3rd inning of work. He came back in the bottom or top of the 4th inning. Had a quick inning in the 4th. Not so quick in the 5th, but still got out of it unscathed. As he will face Rumpf, Maxim, and Smith, left-hander on the mound, deals first pitch on the outside corner for a called strike.
Joe Santos has really, again, the next man up mentality, really taking the mantle, can be a possible starter.
0-1 pitch on the outside for a ball, 1-1. You want to bet that within an hour of the game being over, he's going to send me a message asking if I could add this appearance to his highlight reel.
Yes.
I'm already planning on doing it anyways, but... And for Joe Man Santos' family, who's probably watching, don't say anything. We're going to get you in on this too. 2-1. There's a fly ball out to left field. That one could be trouble. Weeks on his horse, though, makes the catch for out number 1. That one looked like it had a little bit of velocity off the bat, but died about 30 feet in front of the warning track, and Weeks able to track it down.
Yeah, that was definitely driven off the bat down the left field line. Good job by Weeks being able to get on his horse and get under it.
So with 1 on, that's going to bring up Bert Maxim. That's just a great baseball name. First pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. I said Cincinnati Reds. Trying to think of maybe Baltimore Orioles. Swing and a miss. 1-1. No, it just hit me. The Las Vegas Athletics.
Yeah, that'll work.
Swing and a miss, and the count goes 1-2. With a name like Maxim, you have to play in Vegas.
Maxim. Yeah, but you have to be a pitcher, though.
I don't think so.
I see that as a pitcher name.
All right. 1-2 the count. That one just off the plate, 2-2.
My thing is, any name that is more than 4 syllables is a catcher.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. 2-2 pitch. Low for a ball, 3-2. Although there is one player out there, probably my favorite baseball name of all time, who actually played in Jamestown way back in the day. Archie Cianfrocco.
Archie Cianfrocco.
That pitch in the dirt for a walk and a 1-out free pass to Bert Maxim is going to bring up Ethan Smith with a runner at first and 1 away. Archie Cianfrocco, journeyman shortstop. Played a couple of years, I want to say, early 2000s for San Diego. Of course, the catcher with the longest name, I think, in baseball history, Jared Saltalamacchia.
Now that I remember.
That one's a foul ball toward the Doubledays bullpen, but it's going to go out of play.
He played when the Marlins had the best uniform scheme in baseball.
I don't think the Marlins ever had the best uniform scheme in baseball. What year is that?
Well, let's think about it. Could have been 2014, black, orange, or when they had the teal. I think those were the better ones.
The original Marlins, when they were the Miami Marlins?
Yeah.
Yeah. 0-1 pitch, misses up high, 1-1. I've never liked those. Well, first of all, I don't like Miami. Just the city itself. I'm not a fan of the city. I'm not a fan of the color schemes. I don't like it. It's not me. That one misses outside, 2-1.
Well, first of all, Miami is the city that you just got to visit. It's like Las Vegas. You just go there to visit, but don't live there.
I don't even go there to visit. I just go there to hop up to get on the cruise ship. That doesn't count. That one's fouled back, 2-2.
So you pretty much go to Miami just to leave it.
Yeah, pretty much. And then you have to come back just to leave it again. That's it's going to start taking cruises out of Galveston, Texas instead of Miami. 2-2. And the pitch. There's a little flare out into right center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Turning the corner and heading into third, and the throw is not in time. As Maxim read that all the way and ends up at third. First and third now with 1 out. And Nacho Gonzalez, dangerous hitter. Already has an RBI single, a 2-run single back in the second inning. Heath Fetchick calling out the plays.
Well, this is a first and third situation. And they work on these in practice.
Two down. Santos in a little bit of a jam. First pitch, swing and a miss. Runner goes. Throw down to second is not in time. Enders couldn't swipe the tag. And so now 2 runners in scoring position.
And just missing the tag there. Is in a very decent spot. But
well, Enders did the right thing. He took the ball in front of the bag in anticipation of the run trying to steal home. There's a ground ball to first. Smith has it. He's going to take it to the bag himself this time. He beats out the runner. The run comes in to score. And it's 7-6. That one almost got me again.
well, that got me too. I could have just threw away my notes and said, I'm just going to call this.
I was going to say that was the third out of the inning as an intentional base on balls to Teddy Monahan. And that's going to bring up Chase Moore. Or are we going to get a pinch hitter for him?
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to get a pinch hitter. 43 for 30. Let's see who number 43 is. Well, your guess is as good as mine. He's not listed on the roster as 43.
It might not be his jersey if I'm thinking about it.
Well, there's a number of Doubledays that are that have 90 in the stat sheet, which is usually the inactive numbers. So first pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. Let's see if it's on the PGCBL website. Surprisingly, Ben Slanker did not get drafted in this year's draft.
That has to be very disappointing.
It's surprising to me. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Is this Flynn Shoop? Is that who they just announced?
Flynn Shoop is 91.
Yeah, on the stat sheet. So this must be his number. This must be his actual number. They haven't updated the stat sheet. So 0-2 the count. Santos kicks and throws. That one's fouled off to stay alive. Still 0-2.
I did not know the 90s meant the inactives.
Yeah, usually when a player goes inactive, they assign him a 90 number.
Then how come Aaron Judge has 99?
Well, that's in this league.
Oh, okay.
Major League Baseball, all bets are off.
I thought that was just an all-around baseball rule.
There's a line drive into right field. That's a base hit. Coming in to score to tie up the ball game is Smith. Stopping at third is Monahan, an RBI single, and we're tied at 7.
Oh, this game is starting to repeat how it was in the first game. Very close.
As activity begins to ramp up in the Tarp Skunks bullpen, there's someone standing and walking around the Doubledays pen, but I don't see any action ramping up yet.
No. It's most likely going to be Baker's game.
So William Ragland stands in now, 2 on, 2 out, tie ball game at 7 here in the top of the 5th inning, 2 across for the Doubledays. As the first pitch taken for a ball, 1-0.
It's most likely going to be Baker's game. Which I'm unsure about that strategy.
You know, maybe they got a couple of days off, can rest the arm. It's that one taken for a strike, 1-1.
Maybe.
Two down here, top of the 6th inning. The pitch fouled back. And the count goes 1-2. So 1-2 the count. Santos kicks and throws. Runner goes. Pitch taken for a ball. Throw down to second. In and out of the glove of Enders. The runner's going to come to the plate, and he will score. And the Doubledays now lead 8-7.
They needed that third out at second. Enders could not hang on to the ball there, which eliminates the out at second, thus bringing in the run coming across. So now Doubledays regain the lead.
We talk about the Muck Dogs and Tarp Skunks in heavyweight title fights. This one's turning out to be one of those as well. Punches and counter punches.
Well, Auburn does not want to be swept in the season series here.
As they appeal to home to see if Monahan actually touched the plate or not. 2-2, 2 outs. 3 runs now across for the Doubledays. They lead 8-7, and the pitch in the dirt. And the count goes 3-2.
Well, there is action warming up in Auburn's bullpen. That most likely might be Bats if I'm looking at it.
Could be their closer. 3-2. Up high, ball 4. And the inning continues. As Heath Fetchick going to go out and have a conversation with Joe Man Santos.
Yeah, Joe Santos giving up 3 runs here. You just need 1 out here.
Eight 8-9-1 for the Doubledays, 7-8-2 for the Tarp Skunks. 2 on, 2 out. Santos laboring here in his 3rd inning of work, trying to get out of this one. First pitch inside for a ball, gets away from Fetchick, but not enough for anyone to advance. 1-0 the count.
Almost looked like all the runners thought Fetchick lost the ball there. They had to run back.
1-0 the count. Kick and throw. Taken for a strike. Snap back throw to first. But back safely.
Now the throw there, the problem with that, it was too high. If he made a better throw, could have got Ragland at first.
1-1 the count. Breaking ball at the knees on the inside part of the plate. 1-2. And for Santos, he's been in 2-strike situations. He just hasn't been able to figure out a way to get that third. The 1-2 in the dirt. Count even at 2 apiece. There's action in the Skunks bullpen. Looks like it is another left-hander.
That might be Santee.
2-2. Called strike 3. Santos gets out of it, but not before the Doubledays score 3 runs to retake the lead in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Doubledays lead 8-7.
Welcome back here to Russell E. Diethrick Park. Baker here to start his 6th inning of work. He will face Caleb Jordan, Jackson Enders, and Tito Kiefer. And here and back on the mic, it is Dre Guinness.
All right, Jalen, thank you. 103 pitches for Baker up to this point. You know he's going to be on a short leash, as there was action in the Auburn bullpen.
I'd say a very short leash. He might as well just be handcuffed to the skipper at that point.
Jordan Enders Kiefer. 8, 9, 10. Due up for the Tarp Skunks. As Caleb Jordan stands in. Jordan on the day, 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Been on base twice. And Williams getting set to pitch, and the walk-up song went a little too long, and now we're going to get a conversation. Tavares is going to try to settle Williams down, get him back in the zone. Tomorrow at Batavia for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. 6:30-ish first pitch. First pitch taken on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. That might have been a bit of a generous call there. Next pitch in the dirt. Count goes 1-1. Jordan, left-handed hitter, waits. Williams kicks and throws. There's a line drive. Oh, a diving catch at shortstop by Rumpf to rob Jordan of a base hit. And oh my goodness, what a play for the first out of the inning.
That was a pretty close diving catch. I thought it hit the ground first, but no, he was able to come up with it.
What made it even more impressive is that Moore at third cut in front of him, trying to dive for it himself. It was just out of his reach, and wow, that level of concentration, that might be the play of the night right there. First pitch to Jackson Enders outside for a ball, 1-0. Enders has walked and struck out. Line drive down the left field line, hooking foul into the Tarp Skunks bullpen.
That's the kind of power you need. He got the sweet spot of the bat. He just yanked it foul.
Just a little too early on the fastball. 101 Baker kicks and throws. Ooh, that one on the inside corner called a strike. That looked like that was a little bit more in. Count goes 1-2. Swing and a miss. Enders down on strikes. And there are 2 down. That's going to bring up Tito Kiefer.
Enders thought that was drop third strike. Umpire had to reassure everybody that Tavares held up with it.
So after having to deal with a come from behind victory in game 1, watching the Tarp Skunks give up the lead in the top of the 6th inning, it's a 1-run ball game. I'm going to need my blood pressure checked. Probably an MRI for something.
Oh,
And about 6 months worth of therapy.
I just know that these recent games, have dwindled my lifespan down to 60.
Hey, at least you just don't have gray hairs yet. First pitch to Tito Kiefer outside for a ball, 1-0.
I don't know, but if I go to the shop, I'm sure he's gonna find something.
I don't know. My beard was naturally brown when this season started. 1-0 pitch on the outside. 2-0. Now my beard looks like it does after it snows.
So Santa Claus.
White and fluffy, that's right. More gray and fluffy. Pitch taken for a strike as Kiefer tried to hold up on that one. He did, but pitch just on the outside corner. 2-1. That pitch just misses up. 3-1 now. Baker, who had been cruising, finds himself falling behind here to Kiefer. Grant Moore on deck. That one taken for a strike, and the count goes full, 3-2. So Kiefer will have to protect. Baker comes set. The payoff. Called strike 3. And the inning is over. Nothing doing for the Tarp Skunks as we go to the top of the 7th inning. The Doubledays lead 8-7.
And welcome back here to Russell E. Diethrick Park. Auburn Doubledays are currently ahead 8-7. New pitcher on the mound, Jack Santee for the Tarp Skunks. He will face Smith Gonzalez Manahan. And here to give you the splits is Dre Guinness.
All right, Jalen, thank you very much. Jack Santee, making his 7th appearance on the season, comes in with a 1-0 record at 2.89 ERA. 9 in the 3rd innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts.
Excuse me, Tavares, Michelson, and Rumpf.
So Tavares stands in. Santee, also left-hander, replacing Santos. And the first pitch taken for a strike. That's 0-1.
Jack Santee, he's definitely going to come in throwing strikes.
Tavares 2 for 3 on the day. A couple singles, a run scored, and an RBI. So the 0-1 pitch comes inside for a ball. 1-1. It'll be Moore, Weeks, and Smith due up in the bottom of the 7th inning. Tarp Skunks looking to keep the lead to 1, see if they can do another walk-off. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
That'll be just poetic in these recent games, having to walk it off, coming down to the wire.
I mean, I already want to go home and curl up in the fetal position and cry. There's a little fly ball out to right field. Coming in on it is Muncie. He puts it away for out number 1.
Well, the out number 1. You got the out number 1 there. Are you still going to go home and cry after that?
Well, maybe just sob a little bit. Getting too old for this. As Michelson stands in. Line drive out to left field, coming in and unable to pull it in is Eric Weeks, just off his glove. So a base hit.
That was pretty close. Good diving effort in the glove and then out.
And he gave it a shot. And, you know, I give him that much credit for covering that much ground just to be able to get to it anyway. That was kind of hitting to where the area where doubles go. It's the first pitch to Rumpf. Squared a bunt, pulled it back, but takes a strike. Count is 0-1. Jordan now playing in on the grass at third. So you check over to first. Oh and 1. Snap throw over to first, and about 1,000 umpires in the stands, all arguing. That was as close as you can get it.
I don't know what that was all about.
No idea. Was that Hagelin that was out there? Yeah, Hagelin went out and talked to the first base coach for a minute before he was kicked off the field. Next pitch up high. 1-1.
You know, that snap through the first, that was pretty close there. I gotta say.
There's a fly ball, left field, shallow. Going back on it is the shortstop Enders, and he puts it away for out number 2.
Well, Santee, his pitches haven't been easy to hit. Just been popping them up. Haven't made solid contact, so he's doing something good on the mound.
As Burt Maxim stands in. Right-handed batter waits. First pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Oh for 2. Struck out. Grounded back to the pitcher. Was another thrower to first, and then walked and scored a run last inning. Trailing in the count, 0-1. There's a ground ball foul fielded by Smith at first. The count goes 0-2.
Well, now Santee has an 0-2 count with 2 outs. Right here is where you pull the trigger to get out of this.
0-2 pitch. Misses low. Michelson playing a dangerous game over at second base. There's the 1-2 pitch. Popped up. Third base. Jordan underneath it. And the side is retired. No runs, a hit, a runner left. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Last chance for the Tarp Skunks. It's the Doubledays 8 and the Tarp Skunks 7.
Welcome back here to Russell E. Diethrick Park. Last chance for the Tarp Skunks. Baker still on the mound here for his 7th inning of work. He will face the top of the lineup, Grant Moore, Weeks, and Nolan Smith. And here to call the rest of the way is Dre Guinness.
All right, Jalen, 116 pitches for Baker up to this point. And for those who study history, if you ignored history, you're doomed to repeat it. Well, history is about to repeat itself here as the Doubledays sending their starting pitcher out over 100 pitches in the 7th inning. In the first pitch, and Grant Moore is fouled down the first base line. That one came close to coming back over the line for a fair ball, but quickly 0-1. And you have to think that Baker's got a much shorter leash on him than the pitcher in game 1. That one's fouled back, and Moore in the familiar 0-2 spot. That's where he does his best work. Baker comes set. Line drive into left field. That one is going to hang up for Smith, and there is one away. For Eric Weeks, 1 for 3 with a single and a stolen base. He's still 1 RBI behind Justin Bremner for the all-time season single RBI record. And the first pitch taken inside for a ball, 1-0. Weeks waits. Up high for a ball, 2-0.
Getting good plate discipline here. Letting the pitcher tire himself out.
I'm surprised he's still out there. 2-0. Fouled off to the right. Count goes 2-1. Now over 120 pitches.
I saw the ball go in the lights and never come back out of it.
Could be up there having a bright idea.
That's a good one.
2-1. That one misses outside. 3-1. And Weeks trying to work his self on base any way he can. 3-1. Misses up high, and Eric Weeks draws a 1-out walk.
So now Eric Weeks can try and make some movement out on the base path, but let's also remember the power Nolan Smith has.
Smith 1 for 3 on the day. He's hit a couple of balls hard that went right to a Doubleday. First pitch to him. Swinging. There's a line drive into the gap. That one is going to go all the way to the wall, and it is going to score Weeks. Smith will hold up at second with an RBI stand-up double, and we are tied at 8. And at this point, I need CPR.
Well,
someone hit me with the portable defibrillator because I need a jolt. Jeez.
the fact that the skipper hasn't come out on the mound yet, I don't know. And the fact is, Nate Muncy is due up. And if you remember, talk about history repeating itself, Nate Muncy was the hero in the Newark game and has a chance to do the same thing here.
Anthony Traumer will replace Nolan Smith at second base. More speed on the base paths. 8-8 here in the bottom of the seventh inning. 1 out, and Nate Muncy stands in. And Baker's first pitch in the dirt, but no advance by Traumer. 1-0.
I don't know how that's going to work if it's tied. If it stays tied. They're going to put Traumer at first?
That's a good question. There's a ground ball through into left field. Traumer rounded the corner. The throw to the plate is not in time. The Tarp Skunks have walked it off for the second consecutive game. Nate Muncy, for the second time in 3 home games, is the hero of the day. A walk-off single, and the Tarp Skunks win 9-8.
That is unbelievable. They walk it off in 2 straight doubleheader games. I have never seen that happen. I have never seen that happen.
I cannot handle much more of this. The Tarp Skunks come into both ends of a doubleheader trailing, and through sheer will walk off both games to improve their record to 23-7-2, as well as lowering their magic number to 4. It is tied with Batavia. So a combination of 4 Tarp Skunks wins or 4 Ironbacks losses, and the Tarp Skunks have clinched a playoff game. But before we even get to that, tomorrow night the Skunks on the road at Batavia, 6:30. That game will be right here on the Tarp Skunks YouTube channel, and then back here on Wednesday as the Batavia Mug Dogs make their final regular season appearance here at Diethrick Park. For Jalen Ferguson, I'm Dre Guinness, thanking everybody for joining us here tonight for both ends of the doubleheader. And until tomorrow night, good night, everybody.